I want to do a quick run through of some of the immersive and AR apps on the device, just to kind of show what's possible. Let's go ahead and start with a simple AR app, Solar. This shows you planets in your real environment, which I think is pretty cool. Again, what's really nice about this headset is just the fidelity of these 3D models. So it looks really nice just to be able to walk up to it, and it just looks very good. If I go ahead and look at Mercury, for example, I can see that, or Venus, and then I can explore it, and then go into a more immersive environment and kind of see it in space. I can speed up its rotation, which is actually still very slow. And that's just a quick look at this app. Let's move on to the next one. Puzzling Places. This has been my favorite game so far. I mean, there really aren't many to choose from, but this is a 3D puzzler. I've actually played it on my PSVR 2 and really enjoyed it there, but I think the fidelity of these screens and the hand tracking, it's a really good match for this type of game. I can move this right next to me here. And so as I look at this and pinch, I can move it around. And then I got pieces over here, which I can start to place in the puzzle. And I might not be very good. Oh, there we go. But this gives you a feel for kind of a simple, relaxing game you could play. Let's see here. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you get the point. Now let's move on to this game right here, Synth Riders. Another one I've played on the PSVR 2. This one works better on PSVR 2. This one really kind of needs controllers to be at its full potential, I would say. But I'll show you really quickly what it looks like with Vision Pro and talk about the tracking. So first, even though we open it here, I'll go ahead and do a quick reset. Start. So my hands turn into these colored balls, and then the point of this game is you kind of just match the colors, and it's a very light kind of cardio workout and a little rhythm game. Now you can see I can play pretty well, but if I move my hand like that, there's quite a delay. So it's really not ideal. I would much rather use a controller for this type of game. And I wanted to cut to some true gameplay of the same game on the PSVR 2, just to compare the movement. You can see how the balls, or my hands, move a lot more smoothly and quickly, in a sense. Of course, it's hard to tell here because you're only seeing the digital representation of the controllers and not my hands or controllers themselves. But I think it's still a pretty good comparison to see why you might want to play a game like this requiring fast movements on something with controllers rather than hand tracking. Now let's check out Polycam. This is another AR app that shows you 3D models in your space. So we can select any model and it loads up, and here we can see. And again, the fidelity, it just looks really nice. I can rotate it, take a look. Pretty cool. I mean, for me, not too useful. We'll take just one quick look at this cat. Really like this guy. Can't pet the cat, but can of course rotate. So again, it looks really nice in 3D in the headset. But what's your use case? I don't know. For me, not as much. Now let's go to Trip. This is now a more immersive app that shows you kind of cool kaleidoscopic, different effects. What's nice again with this headset and this type of app is having really nice immersion with your hands in full color, kind of overlaid on the graphics. And I'll just show you really quickly. Let's see if we can get this going. How about this one? And here we go, we're in. So this is actually really nice, just kind of meditative, really immersive. Again, having your hands in here kind of really adds to that immersion. And I could just chill out in here for quite a bit. There's all sorts of different experiences in this app, so I think it's pretty cool. But let's go on to the next. PGA is a good one to kind of show off what's possible if you're a sports fan. Here, leaderboard just floats right in front of you. And then, bam, we got a 3D model of one of the holes for the Waste Management Cup. And it's pretty cool. So we can also just click right here. and then we're on the hole, kind of in the crowd. So I think there's a lot of potential for sporting events in the near future to really take advantage of this. I think it's pretty cool. Let's move on to Jigspace, which shows objects in 3D in your environment. So you have all sorts of options right here. Let's take a look at something a little more realistic, just assembly instructions for a desk. What do we got here? Kind of follow along and see how to build a desk. It's funny, I actually tried to build a desk just like this over here recently, and this would have been super useful. And I can also go ahead and take anything like that, which is pretty cool, and then move along the process. You could really see how this would come with maybe some IKEA furniture in the near future. And you can make it really big or small and rotate it. And let's see what an F1 car would look like. Wow, there we go. Now, I don't have a ton of room in here, so let's go ahead and make it a little smaller. It stays to scale. I can bring it right here. You can look really closely at it, and you can see the shine and the material there. Looks really cool. And as we go along, we can even see right here, airflow. And then we can start to take it apart. And that's it. You know, there are plenty more, I'm sure, that I haven't found. But overall, it's quite early in this product cycle. I'm really interested to see what developers do with this. But already what's out there, you can start to get a sense of what is going to be possible and what might be coming out in the coming months and years. Let me know if you have any questions.